Well, if you've driven up Interstate 77 north toward uptown in the last 3 weeks, you can't miss this. Graffiti scrawled on the side of the railroad bridge just south of the I-277 loop, and it is everywhere there. Police say that it may mean so-called graffiti artists have targeted Charlotte, and then you'll have to pay to clean up their mess. Eyewitness News reporter Mark Becker has that story new at 6.
It showed up literally overnight. Graffiti tattooed on the side of the railroad bridge over I-77 near Uptown. Giant stylized letters spelling out the words dose and crook, a cryptic code that police here scrambled to decipher.
Is this gang activity? No. That was our first impulse to thinking it was gang.
Detective Milton Harris says a closer look at the signature scrawled alongside those block letters pointed them to a website about MSG, or Miami-style graffiti, and a small group of underground artists who started in Miami more than 7 years ago and who since moved up the East Coast, including one with the code name Crook, whose signature has showed up on this bridge.
And it's not just the railroad bridge. The fact is he's left his mark in many other, perhaps less obvious places in Charlotte, like this building right alongside the Brookshire Freeway.
Do we know who's doing this?
We got a good idea. The thing of it is we have to prove it.
Finding out who did it is one thing. Figuring out how they did it is quite another.
It took a lot of moxie to get up there on the freeway for that period of time.
Mike Sullivan is the city's expert on graffiti, and he says it probably took several people, with at least one of them dangling over the edge or perhaps shimmying along the pipe that runs alongside the bridge. And when they were done, they tagged their work with these signatures, which is why people who know the graffiti game say it needs to come down.
It's there because they want to be recognized. And the quicker it comes down, the quicker that you take the wind out of their sails.
Scott McClatchy is a Charlotte attorney who was a reserve cop in L.A. before he moved here. When he saw this, he called the city to see who will clean it up and found out it's not going to be easy.
This is going to require a lot of different entities coming together.
Mike Sullivan says now it'll take crews from the city, the state, and the railroad working overnight to clean it up. They'll have to bring in police to close some lanes of traffic on I-77, making this not only Charlotte's boldest, but also its most expensive graffiti. In Charlotte, Mark Becker, Channel 9, Eyewitness News.
Now, the city's neighborhood development office tells us they hope to have crews out this weekend to clean up that graffiti. As for the cost, it runs into thousands of dollars, but there is no way to put a specific price tag on it.